Hello, I am your Irish guy, and right, today I'm going to take a look at every Premier League club and find each team's former player who is actually having an unbelievable season. Well, let's just see. Okay, let's see. Do you regret letting any of these go? You might, after I tell you how well they've done this season. Let me know in the comments. Would you have any of these guys back? Right, let's go. Arsenal, Granit Xhaka, Bayer Leverkusen. Remember when Granit Xhaka, halfway through his Arsenal career, looked like he would love nothing more than to round up every Arsenal fan in the world and feed them to a gigantic bloodthirsty shark? Him repairing that fractured relationship with the Arsenal fans. At one point, that looked about as likely as seeing the Gallagher brothers sharing a picnic on Brighton's beach, just feeding each other cheese sandwiches and custard creams whilst humming Wonderwall. They both hate Wonderwall. But to be fair, Xhaka and Arsenal are cool now, and I find it deliciously ironic that he has left a club whose greatest ever achievement was creating the Invincibles. That immortal, legendary side were like the Avengers of North London. Martin Keown was definitely the Hulk. But Xhaka, he's left Arsenal to now become an Invincible in Germany. But a better Invincible, because Leverkusen are on the verge of winning the treble without losing a single match. Xhaka has played nearly 50 matches. How has he not lost a single game of club football since the 5th of May a year ago? Huh? At 31 years of age, this Swiss midfielder, someone who troops used to make go viral for being a hand roll blood, he's now having the absolute best season of his career, and honestly, should be nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Aston Villa, Mahmoud Trezeguet, Trabzonspor. Look, what does it say for Aston Villa's sole talents? That neither Jack Grealish, Carney Chukwuemeka, or Tammy Abraham make the list, and yet Mahmoud Trezeguet does? What? You mean that old burnt cabbage from Egypt, who in the Premier League, he looked like if Mo Salah had just come from a pie-munching competition in James Corden's house? I mean, choosing Trezeguet over Grealish, surely that's a bigger disgrace than Soccer Aid picking Theo Baker over Chris MD. But, okay, look. Trezeguet might have nearly 80 caps for Egypt. And yes, okay, I don't care. Him choosing to adopt the name Trezeguet, him choosing to adopt the name of a legendary Juventus goal machine. It's cute, but it's also a tad embarrassing. Stealing legends' names only works if you're also good. Like Tyson Fury being named after Mike. Calling yourself Trezeguet when you've got the natural talent of a mouse with the flu, it would be like me calling myself Mr. Beast when I have a channel about as significant to the world as a bumblebee's depression. Sorry, just kidding. Thanks for 200k. But to be fair, Trezeguet is having a good season out in Turkey. 11 goals in 25 games for Trabzonspor. And I mean, he just had a spring purple patch where he scored 6 and assisted 2 in 7 games. All from the left wing for a team 3rd in the league. And I know it's only Trabzonspor, but I mean, Daniel Sturridge was an absolute rock star who came through at Aston Villa. And he flopped out there. So Trezeguet has not been bad. I mean, if you want to see an ex-Villa flops really stinking up the place, Wesley Moraes, a former £22 million Aston Villa signing, someone who has played up front for Brazil. He's 27 and still seeking his first goal for Stoke after 10 months at the club. But more on that in the video where I react to the championship predictions. It features arguably my worst ever prediction. Bournemouth, Nathan Ake, Man City. Yeah, pretty simple. Nathan Ake wins this prize again. And you know what? I don't think we celebrate this Dutch defender enough. When he chose to join Man City ahead of Man United in 2020, I thought it was an absolutely terrible move that he would then rot in the stands for the next 5 years. That it was a backward step, having escaped the Chelsea attic. Now he was signing up to be thrown in Pep Guardiola's basement, next to a broken TV, 9 rubbish bins, and the corpse of Fabian Delph. Well, lads, he has now played as many games for City as he did for Bournemouth, 121, and in particular, he played over 40 times as they won the treble last season. To put that in context, he played more games during City's treble-winning season than Ryan Giggs did during Man United's. To be fair, he probably did pick up a few back injuries from spending 4 hours hiding in his brother's wardrobe. But lads, again, Ake has played another 40 games this season, playing the full 90 minutes 26 times. I never saw that in Ake's future, so fair play. Honestly, it'd be like Lloyd Kelly replacing Virgil van Dijk. Brentford, Ollie Watkins, Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins is a beast. Remember a couple of years ago how there's actually a question mark whether Steven Gerrard was going to start either Ollie Watkins or Danny Ings up front? I mean, don't laugh. Ings has just nearly won the Golden Boot. Well, now, Watkins is better than Ings ever was. 27 goals and 12 assists so far. To put that in context, go back to 2004. And when he should have won the Ballon d'Or, Thierry Henry was scoring 39 and assisting 15. That is not a million miles away from what Watkins could end up with this season. Brentford sold him for £28 million in 2020. He's worth about 70 million now, easy. Brighton, Ben White, Arsenal. Look, this was close. I could touch on how brilliant Alexis McAllister has been for Liverpool. But no, I'm sorry, but let's give Ben Ben White a big bouquet of daffodils. Let's treat him as if he's our mum, because I'm sorry. Don't forget, Wood Arsenal shelled out £50 million on him 3 years ago, officially breaking Leeds fans' hearts, who had spent a solid year begging White to return. Mr. White hadn't broken so many hearts in season 5 of Breaking Bad. But yeah, he was brought to Arsenal to be a Rolls-Royce centre-half, only for him to be bullied by his former Peterborough teammate Ivan Toney live on TV on his debut, forcing Gary Neville to squeal about how he was too small, sounding like any girl's WhatsApp group chat after one of them went on a date with Stephen Tries. But White has since turned himself into a right back, and over the last 2 seasons, after Kyle Walker, he's probably been the most consistent right back in the league. He's been absolutely monstrous at the back. And lads, he just spent the last 20 minutes of a 5-0 win over Chelsea searching for his hat-trick goal. Incredible. Everyone sneered when Arsenal paid 50 million. But no. Nobody's laughing now. Burnley, Chris Wood, Nottingham Forest. Look, I'm as surprised as you. We all thought that when Chris Wood left Burnley and subsequently looked like some stiff Kiwi statue in a Newcastle shirt, that he was no longer Premier League quality and that he was done. Yeah, instead he's got 12 Premier League goals this season for Nottingham Forest. At one point, he had one of the best conversion rates in Europe. He even belted in a hat-trick at St James's Park the day after Christmas. Yeah, Mbappe was at that ground and couldn't even score one. I'm confused too. Chelsea, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Chelsea. Look, if you did this video every season for the last 10 years, the answer would either be Kevin De Bruyne or Mo Salah. Like how the Ballon d'Or was always between Ronaldo or Messi. Not anymore. Instead, step forward Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Did anybody ever think this man would make this list for Chelsea after being a completely anonymous, forgettable cauliflower at Stamford Bridge? Just some weird goodbye present for Tuchel's last day? Come on, buddy. You could have just got him a cake instead. But this post-Chelsea rebirth, it reminds me of Claudio Pizarro. Anyone? Remember that Peruvian striker in a Chelsea shirt? Nobody remembers him at Stamford Bridge. Not even his mum. Yeah, the following season, he scored 28 goals for Werder Bremen and 28 the season after that too, to prove it wasn't a fluke. That is what Aubameyang is doing now. He's got 27 goals for Marseille and 11 assists. They are 1 game away from a Europa League final. Thankfully for Pierre, this one's only in Dublin, instead of the last time we were dragged into the wilderness of Azerbaijan. I know nothing about that nation. For all I know, the police get regularly eaten by crocodiles and the president is a bear. But Aubameyang, he's probably going to be nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Okay, relax. It's always a big shortlist, okay? Donny van de Beek was recently nominated, alright? Crystal Palace, Jack Butland, Rangers. Jack Butland is having his best season for over a decade. An absolutely forgotten backup goalie misfit at both Manchester United and Crystal Palace. But like Joe Hart, he's reborn in Glasgow. Played over 50 times for Rangers this season and largely been great. So good that he's even had Gareth Southgate travel to watch him in the flesh. Not bad, Jack. Everton, Anthony Gordon, Newcastle. Everton fans will absolutely hate this. But Anthony Gordon is having a monster season. Not only has he chipped in with 11 goals and 10 assists for Newcastle from the wing, but he's also played in all 6 Champions League games. He's made his England debut against Brazil. He even got his own special interview with Gary Neville. Everton fans will absolutely hate how well he's doing. Ever since they chased him down the street, they've been praying that he would flop, but no, he's been magnificent. Fulham, Alexander Mitrovic, Al Hilal. 33 goals in 37 games. I know that it's only the Saudi Pro League, but still, he is at a club where Neymar is supposed to be the biggest superstar by an absolute mile. But after this season, Al Hilal will probably sell more shirts with Mitro's name on the back. Yes, I know he's wasting his potential in the desert league, where half the goalies have probably just come from milking camels in a field. But still, he scored 11 games in a row. Belted in a hat-trick against Benzema's Al Ittihad. And a hat-trick against Mumbai City, Man City's feeder club in India. Oh yeah, and he's won 35 of the 37 games he's played. Mitrovic, like Xhaka, is also about to become an invincible. Liverpool, Dominic Solanke, Bournemouth. A couple of years ago, if I told you that I'd be doing this video in 2024, you would be positive that the answer for the ex-Liverpool player currently ripping it up elsewhere would be Sadio Mane, a Bayern Munich superstar, right? If an optimistic Liverpool fan had seen that Kane was the top scorer of 43 goals, they'd assume that it was a typo, but no. To be fair, Mane's stats aren't horrible. 18 goals and 9 assists for Al Nassr, but come on, of course your assists are gonna be high when you're feeding the greatest ever goal machine against defenders who were working in a flower shop until they were 24. Instead, the answer is Dominic Solanke, who was incredibly unlucky not to be in the England squad when he slammed in 20 goals for Bournemouth this season, including 18 in the league. It's taken a while, but finally, Solanke is living up to the hype that he had as an underage goal machine. See, Ryan Brewster, there's hope for you, yes? Right? Luton Town, James Justin, Leicester. There isn't much to choose from for Luton Town, but I guess James Justin, their homegrown right back, has been pretty good for Leicester City this season, featuring over 40 times that they won the championship. I guess him, but meh. Man City, Jeremie Frimpong, Bayer Leverkusen. Okay, look, I know Jeremie Frimpong never actually made his Man City debut. Well, I bet Pep Guardiola wishes he had. Football is all about timing, and if this Dutch right-wing back had been born just 3 years later, he would be the perfect heir to Kyle Walker in the Man City team now. But no, I mean, despite joining Man City's academy in 2010 and only leaving them for Celtic in 2019, this absolutely rapid, lightning-quick defender is having a monster season. Again, like Xhaka, he's close to becoming an invincible. He's just lifted the Bundesliga, chipped in with 13 goals and 11 assists, becoming one of the most devastating wingbacks in the world. Wow. Man United daily blind Girona. Look, a good touch of Cristiano Ronaldo's ridiculous. 38 goals and 12 assists in just 39 matches for Al Nassr this season. But what is far more impressive a campaign to me is Daily Blinds. Remember that small, versatile defender at Old Trafford, the Dutch John O'Shea? Basically, Louis van Gaal's comfort blanket from his World Cup days. Someone who looked like he belonged in an episode of Game of Thrones. Honestly, he looked like a cross between Jon Snow and Gimli of Lord of the Rings. But never ever did I think 6 years after being thrown out of Manchester United that he would be on the verge of qualifying for the Champions League, sitting third in the Liga with little old Girona. He's played 29 league games this season, all at centre-back. And he'd only lost one game by mid-March, and even that was just against Real Madrid. He even scored in a dramatic 4-3 win over Atletico Madrid. I thought his achievements at Ajax were amazing, reaching a Champions League semi-final after leaving Old Trafford. But this, being part of an almost Leicester City Spanish fairy tale, playing the role of what? Robert Hoof? This is even better. And don't forget, isn't he supposed to be playing with a heart that's banned in most leagues? Newcastle, Joselu, Real Madrid. Look, don't get me wrong, Real Sociedad's midfield maestro Mikel Merino is always a worthy shout for an ex-Magpie doing good. But, no, I'm sorry, but I just witnessed Joselu playing in a Champions League semi-final at 34 for the biggest club in the world. What is going on? Don't get it wrong, he was a complete Newcastle United joke, a non-scoring Spanish twig shoved up front for 2 seasons at St. James's Park, a depressingly bad finisher, just complete and utter snake vomit. Not only is he on loan at Real Madrid after being relegated last season, but he's now scored 14 goals. What? This is like Kelechi Iheanacho after relegation last year, who'd be like him now scoring 14 for Man City. I'm just... What? 14 goals for Real Madrid? I am so confused. This is the most unlikely turnaround in the entire list. Go back 4 years and tell me, just tell me that Joselu and Joelinton are going to be the 2 worst Newcastle United strikers I've ever seen in my life. Tell me that in the 23-24 season, they would both be scoring in the same Champions League season for Newcastle and Real Madrid. I would think you were an alien. Nottingham Forest, Matty Cash, Aston Villa. There's been a lot of Nottingham Forest exits recently, but the best one this season... Don't get me wrong, Bryce Samba, the Lens goalkeeper, has been good again. Come on, he's in the France squad. But instead, let's choose the Polish right-back Matty Cash. Yes, Polish. Really? But yes, Lewandowski's teammate. Sorry, that just sounds weird. But he's played nearly 50 times for Aston Villa this season. They are in a European semi-final and closing in on the Champions League. And he's chipped in with 5 goals too, including a crucial one against Lille in the quarterfinals. So yeah, he makes the list. Sheffield United, Kyle Walker, Man City. Look, I did consider picking Harry Maguire, but no, the answer is still the exact same as it's probably been for the last 10 years for Sheffield United. Kyle Walker, amazing as always. Well, I mean, on the pitch, I'm sure the women in his life probably still think he's a snake. Tottenham, Harry Kane, Bayern Munich. 43 goals in 43 games. I'm sorry, lads, but out of every ex-Premier League player in the world, Harry Kane is going to pull highest in the Ballon d'Or. Honestly, my predictions for the Ballon d'Or this year. 3rd, Kylian Mbappe. 2nd, Harry Kane. And 1st, that kid who was playing on the same team as Gary Gardner 4 years ago. West Ham, Declan Rice, Arsenal. You all know how good he's been. Next, Wolves, Daniel Podence, Olympiacos. Look, I know he's not officially sold yet, but who are we kidding? He's never going to play for Wolves again. I was shocked to see Wolves let 28-year-old playmaker winger Daniel Podence leave for Olympiacos on loan because I've always thought he was class. And this season, 14 goals and 12 assists in Greece. He's just played Aston Villa off the park in a European semi-final, chipping in with 2 assists. He's probably going to be competing in a European final, and he's in an intense title race. This is very much still a Premier League player. I'm going to say the same thing I said when I saw John Travolta give that gritty performance in Pulp Fiction. What was he doing wasting his time in Greece? Anyway, that's the end of it. Let me know in the comments section below. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a like, share, and subscribe as always. I'll talk to you in a while.